So I'm going to have to go from this to learning how to get myself through this. So week 1 into trying to do CrossFit and prepare for an Ironman in 5 months. And it's been a really interesting week. So the way that my coach has taken about this week is to actually start with a lot of zone 2. So I did around about 3 runs that were zone 2. And also just some like shorter swims. So the swims that I did was 10 times 50 meters, then I had 5 times 100 meters, and then 3 times 150 meters. And that was with some skill work. So it's 3 run sessions and 3 swim sessions. Then had some lifting sessions and still tickled a little bit of CrossFit in terms of some gymnastics and other stuff. But really started to put in some corrective work so that hopefully the more running and bike that I do, my body's not going to fall to bits. So conspicuously, I've not been out on a bike. I don't have one in the UK yet, but some really exciting stuff coming from hopefully a really cool brand partnership. So it's been C2. So done a lot of C2 this week. So we had a 30k C2 workout. We had a mile run and then some C2. And then like another kind of, again, easy zone 2, just changing between some different watts. So it's been a pretty fun week. I do feel weirdly tired, even though I feel like I've done a lot less intensity. So you'll see I'm showing now on my Whoop that you can see here that actually I've had around 16, 17 strains. And my recovery's been bouncing between the 30s and 40s. It's kind of strange. I've not had a huge amount of recovery, even though I thought I'd been doing less. What I have left at the end of here is just some of these different exercises that I'm taking on in terms of this stuff to like really look at my knees, my hips, my core, my balance, everything else that I'm going to do. So it looks a little bit strange. There's some single-legged kettlebell like pull work. We're adding some bands in. There's some dumbbell work, like offsetting again, off balance to get my obliques and core working in there. Done quite a bit of squatting as well, so chucked in some squats. What a big thing for me is I do not want to lose strength whilst trying to take on an Ironman, which is an awful lot of stuff. So squatting, deadlifting, power cleans, power snatches, but not in the kind of crazy intense CrossFit way of multiple reps, but hopefully still keep some of that in. But it's really interesting to learn that actually my zone 2 is very difficult to do. I find that like I'm very comfortable in a zone 3, even in zone 4. So for zone 2, I've had to really slow everything down this week while I'm doing those runs. That's going to be something that I'm going to be interested to see. Hopefully the training will continue in America in a couple of weeks, but next week I've got a really cool thing I'm going over and doing with Battle Cancer in Barcelona, and hopefully I'll get a big run, like a 7k plus run. It's not really big for Ironman, but you know what I mean, with a massive group of people who are proper runners and run every week. So that's going to be really fun to kick my ass and keep me going and get to swim and do some stuff in a slightly different environment. I'll probably struggle to get on a bike a lot next week, but unless you've been completely bored by getting to see some of these small clips, I want to keep these coming so that you get to have a little see of how I adapt and just some honesty points. So my running has been slow, my energy has been pretty rubbish, but my lifts have still been pretty good considering I've been doing some longer stuff, and my swimming feels better. Doesn't look better, but it feels better, and that's a ton of other work left to do. So let's see what week 2 is going to bring.